Alright, I think it's time I talk about the Chicago Blackhawks because, man, have they ever made me look pretty stupid. If you're not sure what I'm referring to or what I'm talking about heading into the season, I had predicted the Chicago Blackhawks to be the worst team in the National Hockey League this season. Alrighty, so who do I see finishing last place in the Central Division? This may surprise some people, but then again, it may not. I actually have the Chicago Blackhawks finishing 8th in the Central.
An idiot sandwich.
Now, that wasn't just for no reason. It had a lot to do with the fact that Jonathan Toews may be out for the entire season and Kirby Dach was going to be out for a long time. And also, I wasn't a big fan of their goaltending situation heading into the season, but obviously that has changed drastically since then. I will be the first person to admit that I was completely wrong about the Blackhawks. They have not only been competitive this season, they've actually been good. So in today's video, I kind of just wanted to go over the Blackhawks' hot start to the season and more specifically talk about their rookies. 3 rookies in particular. I'm sure you guys know which ones I'm referring to. We'll get into all that, but first I do have a little bit of an announcement. This is going to be the last video on the channel until Monday, and then I'm kind of starting a new chapter here on the channel. Gonna go through a little bit of a rebrand, I guess you could say. Same name, it's still gonna be Owen Nyquist, but I'm gonna have a new logo, a new channel banner, and I'm actually gonna have an upload schedule for the first time here on YouTube. That schedule is going to consist of 4 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Now, of course, if there's a massive trade or just big news, there'll probably be more than 4 videos a week. Like if Sidney Crosby got traded on a Sunday, I would make a video on that Sunday. I wouldn't stick to the schedule then. So I'm pretty excited about it. I thought I'd just give you guys a quick little update there. Before we begin, be sure to go follow my social medias, Instagram, Twitter. Links to those will, as always, be down below in the description. And most importantly, if this is your first time on the channel and you like what you see, you want more NHL content just like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And now let's talk about the Chicago Blackhawks. So the Chicago Blackhawks are on a heater. They're 7-1-1 in their last 9 games. Their overall record is 9-5-4, which gives them 22 points and actually puts them 4th overall in the entire league and 2nd in the Central Division, only behind the Panthers. Now, granted, the Blackhawks have played more games than pretty much every other team in the league with the exception of a few, but still, they are getting wins and they are playing very well. Looking at some of their team stats, they have a goals for per game of 2.89, which is actually in the bottom half of the league. They're currently sitting 17th in that category, but in terms of goals against per game, it's just 2.72, which is actually 11th place in the league. The special teams, though, that is where the Blackhawks are winning a lot of their games. They currently sit 11th overall in the league in terms of penalty kill percentage at 82.1, but their power play is tied for 2nd in the league with the Maple Leafs at 32.7%. When you win the special teams battle on most nights, you're gonna win a lot of games, or put yourself in a position to win a lot of games, and the Blackhawks have been doing just that. Another reason why the Blackhawks have been playing so well, before we get into their surprises and the rookies on the team, their top-end talent is playing like top-end talent. Patrick Kane especially, he's been a beast. He's got 23 points in 18 games. He's been playing over 22 minutes a night. Dominic Kubalik has been good. Alex DeBrincat has been really good. He's got 17 points in 14 games, which is a very, very good sign for the Blackhawks, considering how DeBrincat probably didn't produce as much as they would have liked him to last season. So those 3 guys playing as well as they are is obviously, a big factor in why the Hawks have been so good. But now let's shift our focus to the rookies on this team. And shout out to Ian Mitchell and shout out to Nicholas Beaudin. They have been real solid, but the 3 rookies I want to specifically focus on are Philip Kurashev, Pius Suter, and Kevin Lankinen. What these 3 guys are doing for the Hawks is pretty incredible, especially when you consider the fact that none of them were really viewed as blue chip prospects. None of them were top draft picks. Nobody really expected these 3 guys to have much of an impact on the Blackhawks this season, if any, but that obviously hasn't been the case. They have all had massive impacts on the team, and if they continue to play like this throughout the remainder of the season, there's a real chance all 3 of these guys could be in the Calder Trophy conversation. I mean, when was the last time a team had 3 rookies in the Calder Trophy talks? I think it was probably the 16-17 Leafs with Matthews, Nylander, and Marner. So let's just take a look at the stats so far for Suter, Lankinen, and Kurashev. We'll start off with Philip Kurashev, a 4th round pick by the Hawks in the 2018 draft. Through the first 17 games, he's got 5 goals, 9 total points, scored a ridiculous goal last night against the Red Wings. If you have not seen that, go give it a look. He made the Red Wings look like fools. I mean, a lot of players and teams do that, but it was a really nice goal. And then we have Pius Suter, 24-year-old undrafted player. Chicago signed him out of the Swiss League in the offseason, and before we take a look at his stats, who in the Blackhawks organization is finding all of these guys? Artemi Panarin out of the AHL, Dominic Kubalik last season. They also brought him out of the Swiss League, and now Pius Suter. I mean, somebody's got to get a raise. They just keep finding gems. Pius Suter in 18 games has 6 goals, 10 total points. If he were on the Red Wings, he would actually be leading the team in goals and points. I don't know why I decided to make everything about the Red Wings, and not in a good way either. I'm dying inside, and it helps, I guess. Pius Suter, for the most part this season, has actually served as the Blackhawks' #1 center. He's been centering Patty Kane and Alex DeBrincat. Imagine having those guys as your wingers in your rookie season, and he's not looked out of place either, which is very impressive. Now let's talk about Kevin Lankinen, who I think is the biggest story this season when it comes to the Chicago Blackhawks. 25-year-old undrafted goaltender. If the season ended today, and if I had a vote, which I don't, my vote for the Calder would go to Kevin Lankinen. I think at this point he's the front runner. He's played 12 games so far this season, has a 7-2-3 record, a 2.39 goals against average, and a 931 save percentage. He's also leading all goaltenders in the National Hockey League in terms of goals saved above average at 9.82. Lankinen is having an absolutely insane season, especially when you consider the blue line that's playing in front of him. Heading into the season, like I said, my biggest concern with the Hawks was their goaltending situation. That and of course Taves and Dach being out, but at the start of the season, the Hawks goaltending duo was Malcolm Subban and Colin Delia. Kevin Lankinen was the third goaltender, but that obviously changed pretty quickly. So those three guys, Kurashev, Suter, and Lankinen, were the biggest reason why I wanted to make this video. They've just been an amazing story up until this point, and honestly, I'm hoping that it keeps up for the entire season. I'm not one of those people who really care about my predictions being right. I'm fine with being wrong. I'm not rooting for the Blackhawks to suck just so I was right about them finishing last place in the league. You love to see stuff like this happen. Guys come out of nowhere and make a name for themselves. Just a lot of things have been going right for the Blackhawks so far this season. Another surprise for them that I'll quickly touch on, Matthias Janmark, who they signed in the offseason, a 1-year, $2.25 million contract. He's already got 6 goals in 18 games, which may not seem like a ridiculous amount for some people, but this is a guy who only had 6 goals in 81 games in the 18-19 season and 6 goals in 62 games last season. Now, hopefully I don't jinx the Blackhawks by making this video. I sorta did that with the Montreal Canadiens not too long ago. I made a video, I think it was titled "The Montreal Canadiens Are For Real," and then they proceeded to lose the next game to the Ottawa Senators. I guess I'll finish off the video on this note. Do I think the Blackhawks can sustain this for the entire season? Do I think that they will make the playoffs? I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. The biggest reason why I say that is because they would have to beat out one of the Dallas Stars, the Carolina Hurricanes, the Tampa Bay Lightning, or the Florida Panthers. That is going to be extremely difficult. The Lightning, Hurricanes, and Panthers have all looked amazing so far this season. The one team I guess maybe Chicago could beat out would be the Dallas Stars. They've only played 12 games, but in those 12 games, they're 5-3-4. They haven't looked amazing. We'll just have to wait and see. Chicago being surprisingly good definitely adds another element to the Central Division. Like I said, heading into the season, I thought it was going to be, Chicago, Detroit in the basement, and then kind of everybody else competing for those 4 playoff spots. But now it's kind of just Detroit down there and then everybody else. Actually, I guess you can kind of throw Nashville in that category with Detroit. They've sort of been the team that I expected Chicago to be this season, so that's been kind of a big surprise for me. So that is pretty much going to wrap up the video. Let me know all your thoughts on the Chicago Blackhawks down below in the comment section. Do you think their play is sustainable? Do you think they're actually going to be a team competing for a playoff spot come the end of the season? And also, do you think the Calder Trophy will be won by one of the rookies on the Blackhawks? Like I said, I think at this point, Kevin Lankinen has to be the front runner, but obviously it's still really early and things are subject to change. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy today's video, please be sure to leave it a like. That is the best way to show your support. And like I said at the start of the video, remember, going through a little bit of a change here on the channel. There won't be a video until Monday, and then the new upload schedule starts. Gonna have new graphics, logo, all that type of stuff. I hope you guys are as excited for the future of the channel as I am. If you're new here and you want more NHL content like this, definitely hit that subscribe button, and I will talk to you guys all in the next video.